Well, good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. I've been talking here like a madman and I didn't realize that we were muted, Craig. How's that for a good start to the morning? No scenery and no voice. Thank you, Paul. Alba Pino, Bitrip, good morning, Paul. Everything is sorted now. So, okay, I want to quickly just get rid of this scenery problem because that add-on scenery clearly is not working. So I just want to kill it. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah, we had a rough start to the morning, it seems, but all under control now. So let's find this silly piece of scenery. What country is this Sofia in, by the way? I don't actually know.
Yeah, it's Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. There you go. There you go. Yeah, let's just kill that scenery. Rubbish. I'll take it out of the description as well. Good morning, Yoki. I don't want to sell something to you guys that doesn't work. It's just rubbish. I'm going to get rid of it. All right, so there we start again. Thanks, Alba Pina. Let me go find it in my library as well and just delete it. Yeah, everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. I've checked it, double checked it. I was under the impression it was going to work, and it just doesn't. So, bye bye. Yeah, I just want to quickly, while we are sitting here, also check up on another person that said he wants to fly with us. Let's quickly have a look, see. Craig, other Craig. Two Craigs, both Craigs. That's interesting.
That's going to get confusing.
Depends on if the other Craig comes to Discord or not. Message. I just want to send him the OFP as well if he decides to join us. So he's got it. All right. Okay, you said you are on stand, Craig?
I certainly am, Nico. Stand 13. I'm the Thompson 739.
13. Let's have a look, see. All right, I'll take stand 14 just for the effect. All right. Okay, now this is a concern to me. Look at this. Still no scenery. All just flat. It's like the auto went weird. This is strange. Never had this ever. I don't even have trees. I've got nothing here.
It's a bit weird.
It's crazy. Yeah, everything is in order. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Right, I'm going to. I'm wondering. Prefab, yeah, that is active. Okay, let's do this again. Scenery packs I and I. Okay, I want to show you guys something. After I purposefully made sure that everything is in place, look what has happened. Explain has gone and put the authors at the top now again. So explain and X organizer are fighting against each other. X organizer puts it in the right place. It starts up. Explain says, "Oh, there's a problem." Fixes it.
I've had that problem before. Yeah, I've had
That's
to move them back
strange.
down to the bottom.
Very strange. I've never ever experienced this. This is the first time in my life. In fact, you know what? I'm not going to save this. I'm going to go back, open it again. No, no, we don't want to save it. Open it again. Just want to really make sure that I do actually get the whole bloody bunch of them. I wonder why it would do that. Good morning, good morning. How's it going? Alright, so we're going to save it again. Ha! Now I'm wondering if that Sofia scenery is going to work. Restore. Let's put that back in place. Let's try again. Come on, explain. Come on, Streamlabs. It's amazing when weird things like this happen. I mean, how do you explain it? There's just no way. If Emery was here, he would have said, Nico, it's a bug. Ha! Ha! Look at that. Okay. So it's got something to do with the orthos. I'm now wondering why X-plane and X-organizer would fight with each other. That's a very good question. Oh, I'm impressed. This is actually good scenery.
That looks pretty decent, actually. Is that freeware, is it, Nico?
Yeah. The link's in the video description below the video.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah, I actually thought it was rubbish. Sorry, whoever made it. I'll retract my statement. It's obviously something on my system between X-organizer and X-plane fighting with layering. Very interesting indeed. We've got our normal author overlays, normal author, everything is working now again. Fantastic. Now I just need to find a different parking bay. That one is. You said you're on. Well, okay. Now the numbering is not going to be the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 15. Hang on. What's this one? I'll take 16 on my scenery. Yeah, Albert, Peter, and Johan. Strange things in the morning. They happen. Right, once I've settled, I'm going to connect and then I can see where you are and you'll see me. I'll tell you when that's done, Greg.
Yeah, no problem. That was good.
Nice. Okay, let's get the call sign proper now. Ryanair 2 Charlie Foxtrot. 2 Charlie Foxtrot. Aircraft B738. Alright, Ryanair. Right, let's connect. Albapino, no, I didn't make it. Mike Trickett made it. Let's see if I can actually find that download for you guys. Hold 1 second. I think I found it. I think I have it. This is Mike. He calls himself M Designs. So there you go. There's the link, so you guys can also have it. I'm in love with this livery. I think this is an awesome freaking livery. I don't know what you mean with broke. Mine's not broke. Unless I don't know something. I don't know. And Craig, I have your visual. Thank you very much.
Ethan.
Right, I just want to confirm that these guys got my flight plan because I pre-filed it. I was just scared someone else was going to take my call sign, so I had to quickly file it. Cute scoop. Yep, they got it, and everybody's happiness. Okay. All three. Guys, as a matter of interest for those of you who would be interested, I've updated my checklist on the 19th of September to version 005. If you guys go into my private hangar, the link's below the video, you can download it. I just made small changes to it, one or two sequence changes, and then I allowed for the air stair if you want to use that, and also I've allowed for the fuel truck. Okay, Johan. Got it. Yeah. So it's a bit of a joke there. No worries. No, it's fine. As long as I understand it, then I'm happy. All right. Craig, there's no ATC here. If you look at my OFP, I've planned for takeoff from runway 09. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got that in my flight plan as well.
Okay, cool.
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
I love how Yeti changed this truck to look a bit more realistic with a shell livery on it. Right, so I see some guys are complaining about lights not working and things like that. Hey, Yogesh, welcome to the stream. I don't have any of those issues, so I've suggested the guys must just do a full reinstall. Um, Nothing is broken on the side that I can see in terms of those lights. Mr. Forrest, yeah, no, I don't understand how the guys pick up little issues like that, but it's clearly not Zibo code. Very clearly not Zibo code. Right, I need to start my VA client before I forget. Right, so we need to spend 20 minutes on the ground, so we're just going to take it slow and easy. Make sure all the controls work. This morning when I started my PC, no USBs wanted to work, so I had to restart twice. Everything looks fine, so at least we're going to have it all working. Elias, yes, my friend. I actually see this is your route, one of your routes. Your name is on it, so thank you very much for it. Have you seen this livery? That's the question. Have you seen this livery for Ryanair? Check that. I hope you're not going to penalize me for flying a fictitious livery. The link is just a couple of sentences above your head if you want to download it. By the way, Mike Trickett made it for us. He's one of the Zibo community members, so I love it. It's an awesome freaking livery, this. Craig?
Yeah, Nico?
Elias, that's here in the chat on YouTube. He's the route manager for Ryanair, by the way. Just as a matter of interest.
Alright, very good morning to you.
Deco303, thank you for the subscription. Nice to have you in the family now. Thank you so much.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Crossing. Climb. Climb. Crossing. Climb. 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 Clear of conflict. Descend. 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 Crossing. Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend. Descend now.
Thanks, Elias. Thanks so much.
Increase climb. Increase climb. Increase descent. Increase descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain. Maintain vertical speed. Crossing. Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test. Pass.
Hey, Fossil. Morning. Yogesh, you go for it. Enjoy. That sounds like a good plan. I haven't had breakfast or anything yet, even on our side, so I also need to make a plan sometime. Thank you very much. Thanks for that subscribing or subscription there. Thank you, Mr. Forrest. Yeah, I have not copied this into NaviGraph. Maybe that's a good time to do that so I can actually see all these little thingies that I'm missing now. Fossil, no, I have not flown version 12. If Zibo changed it, we'll find out in a few minutes. If not, then it's still business as usual. Should work fine. We'll check. Albapino, sure, give me a second. I think that's what we were looking for. We shall have a look just now. Alright, okay, so I'm going to quickly come back to your question. I just want to finish this portion and execute that. Go to our legs page and set that up, and then I'll quickly answer some of your questions there. Okay, so on every SID, every star, I think, in fact I know, every SID, every star, you're going to find this reference. It says there the transition altitude, and it gives you a value. Alright, in this case, the transition altitude for Sofia airport is going to be 12,000 feet. What basically means is any altitude that you fly below 12,000 feet, you're going to talk to the ATC in terms of an altitude. So you're going to say to him, you're flying at 6,000 feet or you're flying at 7,000 feet. The moment you go past your 12,000 feet, it stops being an altitude. It then becomes a flight level. So if you're flying at 13,000 feet, you're going to say to him, I'm at flight level 130. All right. The difference is below 12,000 feet, you're going to use QNH or QFE to determine your altimeter setting. So if you, good morning, Paul, good morning, Ferry. If you go to your altimeter there, you see there we've got the QNH of 1028. The moment we go past 12,000 feet, we're going to hit standard. All right, because now we're talking flight levels and we are not talking altitudes anymore. So that in essence is the difference in your transition altitude and what a transition altitude will do for you. Secondly, when you talk about your approaches, and each approach has got its own transition, it means basically for me, and I'm speaking under correction, but it basically means you're transitioning from your actual flight route onto your star. All right, so you now changing from the route to the arrival, and from the arrival you're changing to the approach, and then each transition between those phases has got a transition point. So if we look at the chart, and the one that we were looking for now was Kia, Kilo Echo Alpha, the transition point from this will be the arrival. This is your actual star. From NEVRA to Kia. All right, so you came in from your actual flight, you transitioned onto NEVRA, then you transitioned via Kia onto your approach. All right, and those are the other ways of looking at transitions. That's how I understand them, so I hope it makes sense for you as well. In this instance, you've got, in other words, you've got Kia, you've got the DDM and the EGN. And depending on what you give to the FMC, in our flight path, it was Kia because then it works it out for us beautifully. If we were to say DDM, it would then get confused because it would have to add an extra waypoint, you know. So you would get little wiggles in your flight plan then during your approach phase if you don't select the correct approach transition. Alright, let's step through this baby. Right, there is Kia that we selected. So we know at Kia we need to be at 6,000 or above. That's our minimum safe altitude. Albertino, yeah, it just makes your planning easier because it tells you, you know, the waypoint. If you look at the flight path there coming in on the star, that's where our approach is now starting. It basically just gives you the correct way of following. If you want to go to your local grocery shop, you're not going to go via the next town. You're going to find the shortest way, basically. And this is just the same way. If we're just working out the shortest way for the route, you know, so you have to choose the correct transition to get the appropriate approach. All right, and all seems well on the western front over here, so I'm happy. We don't have any double ups, we're all just moving one direction, so that's perfect. Where are we at? 12 minutes already. Okay, so we can speed it up a little bit. I'm always wary to just go too fast because then we sit and do nothing. Okay, Albapina, pleasure. I think it comes down to what level do you want to simulate. I mean, you can start vectoring yourself quite much earlier if you really want to, but the question is, to what level do you want to simulate, you know? You want to do it properly, do it properly. I just remembered we said 370, so that is perfect. Bitrip, I'm an engineer. I've looked at an oscilloscope many times in my life, and when you have the ups and the downs and the hills and the valleys, in my mind it doesn't make sense to use a peak or a valley. If you give an average, it's just easier to surf through the ups and downs. And while it's there, it's there. So I use that. If you want to use top of climb winds, you're more than welcome to use it. For me, it's about the smoothness of the whole operation. I prefer to have an average because I don't want I don't want to negotiate hills and valleys in my mind. That's just how my mind works. You're welcome. I think we all have our own style of doing things. It's not so much a question of something being right or wrong. I think you can use both of them. So whatever makes you happy.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. On behalf of all the crew, welcome aboard this flight.
Craig, I'm about 5 minutes from push.
Shortly, the cabin crew will be showing.
Yeah, I'm ready to go when you are, Nico. I'm just going to close up and we're all...
Once again,
Okay, cool. Hello, Philip.
Ladies and gentlemen, you'll see the seatbelt lights flashing on and off. It's also an indication for you to actually make sure that your seatbelt is securely fastened and ready for departure.
Actual fact, I might call him already. Okay, I'm calling the tug.
Cockpit, tow is driving up.
But I need another 3 minutes. Otherwise, my good friend Elias and Key will penalize me. I won't get my extra 20 points.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect. So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Right, I'm just holding off on that release just for a minute more.
Ladies and gentlemen, mobile phone and tablets are permitted to use for the whole duration of the flight in airplane or flight mode. If your device does not have airplane or flight mode, it needs to be switched off now and remain switched off for the whole duration of the flight. Thank you.
Hello, aviation. Right now, I'm good, thank you. We're about to push now. Okay, I'm within time, so we can go, Craig.
Yeah, ready when you are, Nico. I'll let you take the lead.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna release my brakes then.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Oh, this guy is so nice. I may actually start my engines. That's so cool. Right, in terms of the taxi briefing, Craig, I see for me, I'm gonna go via Juliet and Bravo to the holding point and then take off runway 09.
Yeah, that's great, Nico. I'll follow up behind you.
Okay. All right. Do you fly for Thomson Virtual, or why do you fly Thomson? Is that just personal choice?
Yeah, it's just personal choice, Nico. Just
Okay.
quite like delivery, to be honest. So
Okay.
it's
So it's not a VA thing.
no, not at all. It's just
Okay.
just really like delivery at the minute.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna start my pushback now as well.
100%.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Good morning. I'm
Good
just
morning,
here as a
McDry.
spectator.
You're welcome.
I think the weather's pretty nice en route today, Nico. Weather on the ground at Athens is looking in our favour as well.
Excellent. Damn. I forgot my ISO valve for the start. It started, but it wasn't in the right position. All good though.
So is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thank you for the pin. Let's go. Perfectly, Fossil. Perfectly. Yes, my friend. Sorry, my voice going. Yes, my friend. Fossil, things happen. Well, you're welcome. Go do another flight. You know. I think it will. If you maybe just restart your PC as well, start with 172 before you start the Zibo. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. It might all just work. Yeah, I love my X-plane as well. I flew a bit of P3D on the GA side. You guys can see the videos there. I had a terrible time in the first flight, and then the second flight was much better. And it was all my fault, just for the record. I haven't flown it in a while, but it was okay. I just prefer X-plane. Yeah.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Okay, this is actually still a taxiway. The runway is the one next in line. This is a very interesting airport, Craig. Very interesting. This ground layout is very unusual.
Yeah, it's not too bad for me on the default. I'm just down to taxi now.
Aviation Ryan, here's a pro tip for you. While you're waiting to turn 13, go to the VATSIM Pilot Resource Center and start studying, brother. Start learning and do it properly. The last thing you want to do is get to 13 years of age, jump online, and somebody shouts at you or swears at you for not doing something right. So that's a good tip. Just go start studying, get yourself in order. Right, Craig, I just want to see where you are at. Fossil. At 76, you are big enough to shout back. But at 13, it kind of breaks your spirit, you know, so you've got to take care of yourself. Okay, well, Craig, I just want to check the situation on VATSIM quickly. See ATC, there's no ATC. Just check the traffic in the area. There's no other traffic. There's a guy there at the stand. Wim Antwerpen, sorry. So excellent. He's flying. There's no flight plan. I can't see where he's going to. But Wim, good luck, my friend. Let me get going, and then we should have proper separation as well, or reasonable separation. Let's see.
Yeah, that's fine, Nico. I'll give it 3 minutes from your departure.
Okay, cool.
On runway 09.
Get up. Command A, gear off, and RTO off. There we go. Aviation Ryan, just scroll up. It's already been posted in the chats. You'll find it upstairs. Just scroll up a bit.
Okay, Nico, I'm going to set off.
Excellent. Guys, I have also put the livery link into the video description. I've also now included the ATC flight plan. If you guys want to recreate the flight, it is there. And I think I've got all the information now. The rest you must just ask, and then I'll add whatever I need to add. My Streamlabs does not give me any little emojis, nothing. I cannot even put a smiling face. So thank you, Aviation Ryan. I'll have to ask the guys at Streamlabs to fix it or to tell me how to fix it. And then we will be able to put some smiley faces and things in here. It works perfectly well with Twitch, but not on YouTube for some reason. Fossil, quite a few guys actually do use it, and yes, you are correct, it's not officially supported, but a lot of guys try and experiment, and it seems to work very well. The big difference is, and the big trick is, you must just freaking not enable the experimental flight model. The experimental flight model is for rotors and for props. It's not for jets. And that seems to break the Zibo. I spoke to Twixter about it. He said he'll have a look, you know, when the time comes. I don't know if he's had a look yet. We spoke about, I think, a week, maybe a week and a half ago. So Twixter said he will fix whatever needs to be fixed if it needs fixing for the Zibo when the time comes. But TKS is talking to me. Right, so at this point in time, if you want to fly the betas and you want to experiment, just do not enable the experimental flight model, because that will break the Zibo, it seems. This is beautiful country, eh? Wow. Very, very nice. There, we've gone through the transition altitude. So Albapino, you see now it tells us we need to go to flight levels, and we obviously go to standard so that we can talk about flight levels. So there is our flight level 130 now. Aviation Run, it's because not everybody are flight simmers. You have to be a flight simmer or have some piloting dreams, aviation dreams of some sorts, to really want to fly, explain, or any other sim. You okay there, Craig?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just passing 12,000. Yeah, I've got you on my visual on the TCAS.
Yeah, I've got you too. I do have you. That is Craig over there, guys. Somebody was asking in the week if the TCAS actually works. I think that was on Discord. Some guy on Discord. It clearly works. Gentlemen, while I'm thinking about it and we're sitting here just admiring the view, we have a challenge tonight on the Zibo Pilots group. And any guys on stream here today, if you want to join us on VATSIM tonight, we're going to fly from Inverness to Vagar. Vagar is in the Faroe Islands. It's approximately 1 hour flight time to get there. Most of it is over the sea. The trick is in the flight planning. You need to do the flight planning correctly. The second trick is you need to understand, if you're going to do the ILS, that you shouldn't get scared when you get the GPWS warning, because you go very low over a hill in the approach there. And the third trick is very short runway. And the fourth trick, which is probably the worst of them all, is the terrible weather. So unless there's a miracle that has happened and the weather is cleared up, we are looking at very low visibility, and you're going to sweat when you go in there. So be warned. And that's the challenge I'm hoping to get. I think there's about 10 guys that have confirmed already that wants to fly with us. I'm hoping to get about 20 guys. You don't have to fly on VATSIM Fossil, you can fly it offline with us, but at least come and sit and talk with us on Discord, so we've got some communication with each other and we can laugh together and cry together, kind of a thing. Yes, Francisco, excellent. Vive, I'll have to work it out. It is going to be 1700 Zulu, so I'm not sure what that is in your Central Eastern time. I'll have to work it out. It's probably 5 hours that you need to subtract, so I'm thinking maybe about 12 p.m. your time. I'm not sure, we'll have to check that. So you don't have to be on VATSIM, number one. I would love to have you on Discord so we can meet and greet and just get to know each other, but that's also not a requirement. If you feel you want to lurk in the background and just do it with us, you're welcome. You know, keep the stream on, watch with us. Yeah, that's 7 p.m. for us in South Africa, which is 1700 Zulu, minus the 2 hours there for GMT. So yeah, that's 7 p.m. local, 1700 Zulu, and anybody is welcome to join us. We want to see how many guys survive. I did it on Twitch, the last video on my Twitch channel. You can go have a look there. Everything went well until I put my wheels down, and instead of activating the reverse thrusters, it never activated in the Zibo because I didn't pull the levers down far enough. So I ended up pushing them forward, going full thrust, and I ended up going literally down a hill, and I parked next to the pub. Some guys were very happy with that, and some guys laughed their asses off at me for landing like a palooka. But anyway, you know, that's all part of the fun. So if you guys want to join us, feel free. Will. Yeah, no, I'm having a ball of a Saturday thus far. Thank you so much. I hope you're having the same. Me Vive, it was funny. It was really funny. I before I landed, I mean, we were just talking in the stream, and I said, you know what, guys, whatever happens, I'm not going to do a go around. I mean, if I have to do ILS, because we wanted to do RNAV first, and then we realized no, the visibility is too bad. We're going to have to do the ILS, and then a whole string of circumstances happened, and so on. So the big thing with me, I think you guys have learned this already, is I try and keep it real. I'm not here to put up a performance or a show. If I make a mistake and you want to laugh at me, feel free. I mean, I learn from my own mistakes. You will learn from them too. And that's part of the fun. So we had a ball. We really laughed. It was funny. We looked at the replays and it was crazy watching that aircraft just dip over the hill. Down the hill it goes and it parks at the pub. So, Craig, did you see that or did you miss that?
No, I missed that one, Nico.
Okay. McDrying saw that. Hey, McDrying.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Just a thought for tonight, if you're going to have so many people, make certain that everybody includes the Sudar hold point.
Yes.
You may have to use it.
Yeah. We'll advise the guys. And also, I think the guys that are going to fly online, because of the limited parking both at Inverness, I'm not really worried about the parking at Vagar, because by the time we get there, you're going to be online already. So let's do this. When we start the flight, we have to nominate who connects and who goes. We can all obviously individually start the flight in our own simulators, but I don't think we must go onto the VATSIM network until we are at the holding point for the runway, and then we have to coordinate that via Discord, because there is not enough parking for everybody already that said that they're going to fly with. So you can't connect. You're going to connect one on top of another and it's going to be a mess. So get into the sim, set up everything, but then we coordinate on Discord. When you get to the holding point, you actually connect onto VATSIM and then get going from there. Otherwise, it's just going to be a mess. Aviation Chris, in the description below the video is a link. You just follow that link and make sure you read the terms and conditions and follow the instructions, because there's something that you need to do to get onto the Discord to get the initial authorization, and then from there on, either myself or one of the moderators will give you the next set of things that you need to get going further into the Discord. But you're welcome. You can join us right now if you want to. Anytime, Chris, anytime. No, I'm sitting here doing nothing, so if you don't ask questions, I'm going to be bored, so go for it.
Out of interest, it looked like tonight's winds are going to be in the opposite direction of Vagar, so you're going to have to do the other approach.
Yeah, we'll see when we get there, but we'll take it as it comes. The only difference is, instead of parking at the pub, you're going to end up in the sea, but that's part of the fun, is it not, McDrying?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
And also, that means it'll be downhill landing?
Yes, instead of an uphill landing. Yes.
Nico, what's your flight level for this flight?
370.
370, okay. I'll take 35.
Mivive, I'm using the same Discord as ever. We've got the Zibo Pilots group /Skymatics Discord, so the link is in the description below the video. Aviation, Chris. That is very technical questions. Let me show you how I do it. Right, so that is PFPX. This is my flight planning tool, and I had the privilege of getting the information for the Zibo from Twixter. I set up everything according to what the Zibo specs are. So what happens now is I basically fill in the blanks over here. Then when we come to the fuel section over there, what I do make provision for is, first of all, the policy is the ICAO policy. The ICAO policy makes it's basically an air law. It requires you to have 30 minutes of fuel when landing. All right, abbreviated. There's much more to it, but that's part of it. Okay. Then what I also allow for is oh yes, and it's 30 minutes at the alternate airport. Sorry, not at your destination. It makes provision for 30 minutes at 1,500 foot AGL at the alternate airport. That's the ICAO policy. Then I allow for extra 15 minutes in terms of extra time. And then I also allow for a hold time of 30 minutes. This is part of PFPX. Alright? Okay. So then what happens is, obviously when I click on compute the flight, this program goes and it creates this for me. So we end up with the whole planned fuel section. Alright, so I don't go and sit and add certain pieces of fuel together to get certain different pieces of fuel. I literally, as in real world, would read off the OFP and it will tell me, there's my trip. Alright, so I know I need 2,500 kilograms, and that's going to give me a flight time of 57 minutes. Alright, my contingency fuel is also part of PFPX that it does. Then for my alternate, we obviously specify LGSY as alternate. I need 1,365 kilograms to reach that point, and that is going to give me 32 minutes flight time. My final reserve and hold time is then also stipulated with their amount of flight time available on those values. It gives me my minimum takeoff fuel. The minimum that I need to fly legally is then given to me. My extra fuel, my taxi fuel, all these things are calculated, and that then gives me my takeoff fuel. So when I reach the holding point at the runway, I need to know that I have 6,966. Now, generally speaking, we round that off. That will be 6.7. All right. And that gives me a total flight time that includes all the extras and the bells and the whistles of 2 hours and 50 minutes. Alright, so on the arrival, the prediction is that is the remaining fuel. Sorry, I'm talking nonsense. That is what it would have used, and that is the flight time that it would have. I'm actually confused. That is supposed to be what should remain from the 6,000, and that is the flight time that should remain. Let's have a look, see, because now I've confused myself. Right, landing, yeah, that's exactly true. So that is what should remain in the tank. That is the amount of fuel, because we did not use the alternate or the contingencies or everything. So that's the amount of fuel that should remain, and that's the amount of flight time that should remain in the aircraft when we land. Alright, so the total block fuel that you need to put into the aircraft is 7.1 basically, and that is your reserves. The reserves is, oh sorry, yeah, hold on. There you go, there's the FMC. So there you've got the 4.3. I've got 4 screens, guys, sorry for that, Chris. I obviously just changed my eyes, I forget to change the view. So there you go. That's the 4.3. Let me put that back on there. All right, and then we've got the reserves, which is 2.5. So generally speaking, this is where I get all my stuff. Everything just gets calculated for me. I don't go and sit and work out with a calculator what should be what. Um, I'm not sure what you mean with 4.3 plus zero fuel weight, because 4.3 plus the zero fuel weight is a lot. I don't quite understand where that comes into, because that doesn't compute in my mind. But we can discuss that later, and you can maybe give me more insight into how you see that. But zero fuel weight in this aircraft currently is like 59.8 tons. Let me just go back, see what else was asked. Albapino, you just need to have a VATSIM account if you want to fly with us and actually see us. That's the way me and Craig are doing it now. We're flying on VATSIM. But if you are not familiar with VATSIM, all you need is Discord. Come talk to us on Discord or stay here on stream. I will be streaming it, and then you can just chat with us. You know, that's the other way of doing it. Will Smith, thank you so much for the tip there. Much appreciated. Paul, we'll get to descent planning just now. Okay, Chris, I have never had an ATC, and I'm an ATC myself. I've never asked anybody for time remaining, like the question you are asking there. But I mean, while I've got it on paper, it's easy enough to reference and make a very educated guess there. Every single time of every piece of the phase that you are going to fly is on the OFP. So let's just quickly go back there. The time is that one. That is the time. That whole column is time. So if an ATC asks you your remaining fuel, and you know that you haven't completed your flight yet, at this point in time, the remaining fuel is ask the time remaining in fuel. Let's do this. An average fuel burn is anywhere between 2,000 and 2,500 kilograms per hour in the 737-800. So I think you can use that as a guide to work it out. In terms of the fuel remaining here, I mean, you can see the quantity. We've got 5.2 tons, so 5,200 divide by, let's just say 2,200. That gives me 2 hours and 36 minutes remaining, just conservatively speaking. If we use 2.2 as a middle, value in terms of what the fuel flow would be. Our fuel flow currently is 1.12 on the left engine and 1.12 on the right engine. So 1.12 times 2, that's 2.24. How excellent was my guess there? So if you take 5.2 divide by 2.2, gives you 2.36. That's your hours remaining. That's it. I hope that helps. Thank you for making me think so much this early in the morning. It was a good exercise. El Papino, if you already have a VATSIM account and if you know how to handle it, I don't perceive any ATC that high up. If they see there's 20 or 30 guys flying there like in a group, they might surprise us and give us or try and give us ATC. But we didn't have ATC the other night, and I haven't seen ATC that far north up anyway. So come join us then, you know, use that VATSIM thing. Well, Chris, I hope I didn't ramble too much, that there was a little bit of sense in that. Wait, let me type. Chris, it happens. It happens. I don't know how the real world guys can make mistakes like that. There's obviously attenuating circumstances. And I tell you what, there's bound to be some other inquiry that will figure it out. But if you have an OFP like what I've got here, that gives you everything, and if you just know how to read the FMC and all the little dials and everything else here, it's quite easy to figure it out, like I had to just now. I mean, I don't know it off the tip of my head here. Christian, you need to type question mark agree. If you don't type question mark agree, it will not allow you into the system, onto Discord. Needs to be question mark agree. You need to type it in that welcome room where you are on the server initially, in the welcome room. There you go. Alright, now I can give you your rights. Here you go, welcome. Okay, if you want to join us in this particular live on air room, you must come to the Skymatics FPO and then I'll drag you in. Very few people have got access rights to actually come into this room without me dragging them in here. Right, let's do the descent planning, Paul. Make you happy there.
Lima, Golf, Alpha,
I'm just about 25 miles before start my descent, Nico.
005 at
Okay.
18, visibility 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 3,000, temperature 2.7, QNH 1023. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Lima. Lima,
Those new
Golf,
clouds
Alpha
on
Victor,
Vivid are
airport
pretty good,
information,
aren't they?
Lima 0820
Oh, yeah.
Zulu, weather
Just wanna
wind
hear
0,
this
0,
quickly.
5 at 18, visibility 10,000, sky condition, few clouds at 3,000, temperature 2.7, QNH 1023, advise on initial
I
contact.
keep on
You have
missing the
information,
temperatures
Lima.
there. Sorry, Craig. Let me just quickly listen to this. I'll be with you just now. Okay, just got it from text. Yeah, what I did, Craig, after I did the Vivid the other day, I wasn't too happy with that, so I just ran the Active Sky installer, well, texture installer thing again, and so the clouds that I'm currently using, this is actually Active Sky clouds. This is not the normal Vivid clouds. I just overrode them again. The rest is all Vivid.
All right, okay. Yeah, I was pretty impressed with the clouds, to be honest.
Yeah. No, look, there's nothing wrong with him. I'm not saying there's something wrong with him. It's just personal taste. Paul, let me show you something else that I have that I don't think everybody has, but let me just show you this quickly. I've obviously got the integration with TopCat in my PFPX, right? So what it does is it works out. We've got ATC. He's asking me to contact him.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, so I'll be with him just now. Basically, what happens is you see here, Paul and Chris. It actually calculates, it works it out for me. It tells me the conditions for my landing as well. So this is also just one up that I might have that somebody else might not have. So I've got the information here already. All right, let's contact this gentleman, Hero FSS 135550.
Zero 0500 last 716. That was the 90116. Start with 270, climbing at start with 360, inbound. Cool. Station coming from Austrian 9116. Roger, that's Austrian 9116. Okay, Austrian 9116, squawk 0501.
Hi, Christian.
Squawk is 0501, Austrian 9116. Austrian 9116,
6012, flight level 350 inbound, Alice.
Nico, are you proposing putting suggested flight plan in tonight's route, or would you like me to post one?
I've already put one. It's part of the post announcing the flight. It's all there already. Just open the description. You'll see.
Israel 5885, your control identified.
This oak has created so much work for himself just now, really, in all honesty. Wow.
Good control, South Cleveland here, it's Thompson 739 with you, just passing flight level 320 for Athens. Tom just 739 and your control squawk 0503. Squawk 0508, so Thompson 739. 739 on negative 0503. 0503 Thompson 739. Austrian 9116 direct VV Echo Victor India.
Directing EVB, Austrian 9116.
Euro Control, Ryanair 2, Charlie Foxtrot with you, flight level 37 we are about to start our descent for Athens.
Okay, Ryanair 2, Charlie Foxtrot, Euro Control, identify descent flight level 240.
Flight level 240 for Ryanair 2, Charlie Foxtrot.
Jet 739 identify flight level 320. When ready, continue descent flight level 220.
Nico, what runway are you choosing at Athens?
3 right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Chris? Can you hear me?
Jet 4, go ahead.
Request for 10 minutes.
Hello.
Chris, I've got both VREF and V approach, so Top Cat gives me both.
69 after level 372 inbound Athens we are.
Okay, Austrian 2669 Euro Control identified.
Thank you.
Interjet 248, roger that, approved, call me when back.
Copy, so what speeds we into
Thank you,
the
Welcome back.
FMC?
This is the case.
Okay, when I...
Air control, hello, easy 6012, flight level 350.
Sure. So, for the FMC, what I do is I go to the INET reference page. I select then 147 as my actual VREF for the landing, which will then be, I mean, as according to the planning, it's 147 for VREF. So I just add 5 knots on top of that, and that will be the landing speed.
Understand, thank you.
Pleasure. Right, guys, let's tackle the rest of this situation here. We are going to have to check with ATC unless they have changed anything. Let's see. There's no ATIS or anything here. There's no indication, Craig, as to not using 3 right. So I'm going to configure for 3 right. Right, our minimums for today. Why can I not see them? Oh.
Station calling unreadable.
Here South Control today, Condor 13 Golf Yankee, flight level 270, climbing 280.
Condor 13 Golf Yankee, Euro Control, Scorpion 0506.
0506, Condor 13 Golf Yankee. Euro Control, Ryanair 584 Foxtrot, flight level 350, needs descent right now.
Runner 48, runner 58 for Foxtrot, Zero Control identified, stay 5000 descent, flight level 230.
Flight level, descent flight level 230, runner 584 Foxtrot.
Tom Jet 739, I'm leaving my sector, Unicorn bound to the late.
Sierra Control South, hello, Swiss 174 Bravo, flight level 300.
Swiss 174 Bravo, Zero Control. I don't have your flight plan, so if you can resend me your flight plan.
Okay, I will resend Swiss 174.
Sure, sweet, Nico.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, there's no further ATC now. I'm just going out of his airspace. I'm presuming you have.
Ooh, let's have a look, see.
OMENO 3349, Zero Control. Squawk 0.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to lose him at about 24,000 foot, so we'll see. I'm at 28 now. What's your altitude?
I'm just level at 24.
Yeah, no, you're supposed to lose him at about 24, so. Man, this got interesting very fast, very quickly.
Runner 2 Charlie Foxtrot, leaving my sector, Unicorn bound to the late.
Unicorn 122 decimal 84 Ryanair to Charlie Foxtrot, good day. Yeah, I'm out of his airspace as well. Phew! Man, that oak, if you look at this screen, let me show you guys. Look at his coverage screen. Where is this thing now? Cute scoop. There you go. Look how wide it is. I mean, it is so big. Look at all the aircraft in his space. He created a lot of work for himself just now. I got you. Okay, so I misunderstood initially, but yeah, now I understand. So you are perfect then. Thanks, Fossil. Thanks for the feedback. I want to show you guys something else quickly, which I find very interesting. I have not really flown to this airport that much lately. In the old days, FS9, FSX, I did a lot, but P3D and X-Plane not so much. So there's a couple of years gap in between. But check this. Alright, so in Athens, you have two ILS approaches. You've got the initial approach plate, and then you've got the final approach plate. And these are two different things. I was looking for my minimums and everything. I come down here and I say, oops, no, now you need to go find this other one. So if you guys are ever flying in here, this is interesting. Keep an eye out for this. You've got two different charts for this. Fossil Zibo doesn't support random failures, unfortunately. Just check your X-Plane 11 failures. That is off. It could be that was triggered. Otherwise, what we generally find is one of the scripts fail because the guys don't load the 172 initially. They don't believe in it, so then it bites them, and then we have to teach them right. Yeah, no, I hear you. But the other guys don't know you were joking.
must admit, your water texture is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, this comes from the Vivid preset from Xvision. It's the default textures, and Vivid then puts its own texture and then does something with it. So I'm very happy. I love it.
Did you say Vivid?
Yeah.
I'd love to look it up.
I'll quickly see if I can find a link for you.
I had one problem on my last flight, and I don't know what the answer is.
Well, you can ask, and then we can collectively figure it out, or ask someone.
Right. Upper panel, top right hand side, I had the oxy light on.
Okay, and is your X-Plane 11's failures off?
Well, I checked, and there was no failure in
Okay.
XP11 at all.
And did you start the flight with a 172?
No, it was off. I did a turnaround, went to start the next flight, and it was on. And I couldn't find any way to cancel it.
Yeah, the only way to really do this is to just restart the X-Plane then. And I clean forgot this oak blocked me at 24,000. I'm sitting here waiting for the descent to happen, and it's not happening. And I just woke up. Just realized what it was.
Dive.
Yeah, I'm just doing a level change there. Till we get in the range, and then we'll... That's a pleasure. Then we will go back to VNAV.
So you're not aware of any way of resetting the oxygen?
No, not really.
I'll send you a pic in Discord in a minute.
Okay, if you trip this switch, did it not reset? Because that's your passenger oxygen master switch. Just have a look, you'll see it on screen shortly. If you reset there, maybe, I don't know.
Yes, I reset that. Crew oxygen levels correct, but it didn't do anything. It was just a little light right beside that as
Sure.
it's on.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. Just restart X-Plane.
Yeah, restart clear there.
Yeah. It's just, there's too many variables that it could or couldn't be, you know, so.
Oh, I'm not snagging it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nico, I'm just going to vector for a bit. I'll let you take the lead.
Ooh, I don't mind. I believe I've got you on TCAS. You're 5,500 foot below me, so if you're going to vector yourself, just vector tighter. Just don't stay on the magenta line, you know, because it looks like you're very much tighter and closer to the airport than I am. So just go for it.
Okay, if you're happy with that, I'll go straight in.
If you are in my way, I'll sidestep and take 3 left. You know, I'll make a plan.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. I'm actually going to help this guy along a little bit because he's struggling to get back onto profile. So just use our speed brake. El Bapino. I'm almost on the ground and I'll watch the next bit of that rugby game, but I'm not fazed by it. The way I know our guys, I'm scared as hell.
I'm just wondering, how do you justify the speed brake setting 2 or 3? How do you calculate that?
Experience comes to mind first of all. Top Cat also gives that to me. It's not actually on my OFP, I've just noticed, but if you look in the program, it tells you usually. I don't do that, so it's basically experience. If you've got a 1,800 meter runway, it's short as hell, then you're going to go for 3. If it's a little bit longer, you can manage 2. If it's a little bit longer, you can manage 1. Your big international airports usually have something like 14,000 foot runways, you know. I mean, there you can easily do 1. If it's like, you know, half of that, obviously, you know, the shorter it becomes, you just, you know, enable it higher, you know, until you get to maybe max for a very, very short runway. But it's for me, it's experience. Hell, that's actually a very good question. How do you teach somebody that? I'll have to go look at the examples, you know, and come up with a scientific way of teaching you. But I just look at the runway length and guess accordingly. Also, the weight of the aircraft is important because the heavier you are, the more stopping power you need. So we in South Africa we've got
Sure. No, thank you. It's just majority of the pilots do 2 or 3.
In South Africa, we've got the big international airports, King Shaka, Joburg, and Cape Town, where we usually do 1, unless there's a reason for going worse than that. Then we've got the short runways in George and PE and things like that, where we usually go 3, and Lanseria go 3. So it's experience, I think. Hey, Sentinel.
Okay.
Right, so we're back on profile. You can go for VNAV again. Yeah, you can always take over with the toe brakes if you see you coming short. I don't like doing that. You know, from 80 knots downwards, you have to take control anyway. Because you need to cancel your reverse thrusters, and by that time, it's better to have control over the aircraft. So, Sentinel, yes, you are. You're just in time, eh?
looks like my flaps are jammed for some reason, Nico, so this is going to be a very interesting landing for me.
Awesome.
Don't know what happened. They was just come breaking through 4,000, and next minute they just went a bit out of control. I think I might have been too fast when I applied me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To go.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you have just heard, we have approximately 20 minutes in driving. The captain has now switched on the fasten seatbelt.
Hoekom Johan? Craig, have you landed?
2,500.
Yeah, down on the ground. It was a bumpy one.
Well, we've got a 28 knot wind. Now it's 27, straight from, well, almost straight from the front.
3,000 feet, stabilized, must approach altitude.
Approaching 03 right.
I'm gonna let this auto land go. Let's see if it does it. If I see a problem, I'll try and save it. If it's a hard landing, tough luck. But let's see if we can get it to actually do one for us.
300.
Have you got the VREF speed set right for 24 knot headwind?
200.
It's VREF plus 5. I haven't really compensated for everything because I didn't plan on doing a auto land, but we'll see what happens now. It's a bit off center anyway from the scenery. So
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
it was a bit hard, but it's firm. At least I can still log it with a VA. Sure, that was hard.
80 knots.
Yeah, I tried to pull it there at number 99. It would have been much harder if I didn't intervene there. Yeah, the scenery obviously needs an update now because the scenery is not in line with the latest NAVRA data. So TDG needs to just update it at some point in time. Let me just broadcast the runway is vacated and then we'll do the rest. Runway vacated. Albapino, nothing, there's not a next target right now, nothing is in the pipeline. I'm going to rest a wee while. Then tonight we have the Faro challenge. So I will configure the YouTube notification and the reminder will be there so you guys can set it. I want to actually quickly go and see if the Springbok rugby team can actually do anything against the All Blacks. So I'm just going to relax a little bit now once this flight is over. I think I did almost everything I was supposed to do. No, I didn't start the AP, I just opened the flaps.
How did you land and get on, Nico? I missed that, sorry.
It was an auto land. I just wanted to see what it did, and it was a bit hard. I had to intervene there at literally number 99, otherwise it would have been a little bit harder. So at least I can log it for the VA, and then The guys don't have to penalize me. Well, they're going to penalize me anyway for a hard landing. But tonight I will not be doing an auto landing. Tonight I will be landing south. So it was okay. Nobody died. It was just a bit firm, you know, nice and firm. Paul, you are welcome. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for spending some time with me. It's wonderful to have you guys here. And thanks Chris and McTrying and also Craig for joining me on Discord. Nice to have you guys here.
No problem. Take care, Nico.
We shall do that.
Great to see you around. See you tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Tonight's going to be a ball,
Thank
I
you.
hope. It's a pleasure.
Gentlemen, it's past my bedtime, so I'll say good night to everybody and or good afternoon wherever you are. And thank you for joining and letting me participate. And we really appreciated the flight. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, Chris. Have a good rest. Sleep well. Albapino.
You're looking forward to the next one. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.
Sure, bye-bye. Albapino, yeah, the runway, everything is fine. The data, the nav data, everything is fine. The problem is the scenery is in the wrong place. That is what's happening with the scenery. If the scenery was in the correct place, it wouldn't have looked off-centered, but the scenery is in the wrong place. That's all. That's all it is. The scenery is a bit old. TDG will probably update it soon, unless he has done it and I've missed it, you know, so we'll keep an eye on that. I just want to quickly log my flight for the VA now. Sorry, Elias, that was a hard landing. I'll have to take my punishment for that. Yeah, especially with Explain Albapino, there's a lot of scenery that are way off, way off. With the advent of autos, you're able to see it much clearer than before. I'll try have a look, see if we can see an overview of this airport just now. I just want to have a look at the PIREP. Okay, it's been accepted, but yeah, hard landing minus 10 points, damn. Alright, well, we won't do an auto land soon again. We'll just land itself by ourselves.
John wasn't here, so it went unnoticed.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's with his girlfriend or what the story is, but he did notify me that he was not going to be here, so all good. Okay, I want to move over on this side. You can actually see it very nicely. Alright, so if you look at the screen now, and while we've got the authors, the runway on the left hand side, that is the explain runway and the scenery runway. The runway on the right hand side, that's the actual real world runway. So you guys can clearly see on this side the discrepancy that we have. Yeah.
It's sad when we see it like that, isn't it?
Yeah. Just want to see the other side as well, because we actually landed the other side. So the other side, it's not that prominent. That's funny, but I can virtually guarantee. Look, if you look at the overrun on that side, I mean, we need this X-plane runway to move to the left. It's just too much to the right as we look at it right now. So, yeah, that's what you get with orthos and stuff now. You know, now you can see where the guys made their mistakes. Right, well, I'm not going to do a replay, guys. I see we've only got 6 guys left watching, so we'll call it a day right here. Thank you so very much for joining me, and thank you for being here. I will see you guys later. Remember 1700 Zulu. We're going to do the Faro challenge, and then we're going to see who can land in Faro and who not. You guys have a good day. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Mutrang. Bye-bye.
So long for now.
See you, Nico. Bye-bye.